Look around you. In every boardroom, every relationship, every negotiation, there is a silent game being played, a game most people never even realize exists. Some walk into a room and the atmosphere shifts. Eyes follow them, words weigh more, and their presence alone commands respect. Others, no matter how hard they try, are overlooked, dismissed, or used as stepping stones for someone else's ambition. Why? Is it luck? Is it talent? Is it intelligence? No. The answer is colder, more primal, and far more dangerous. It is need. Need is the invisible scent that predators detect. It is the silent confession that you lack something essential, that you are incomplete, that you are willing to trade your dignity, your time, your very soul for the hope of being filled. The world, whether it admits it or not, is built on the backs of those who need and ruled by those who don't. Niccolo Machiavelli, the master of power and strategy, saw this centuries ago. He understood that the world is not a fair place and that those who show need are marked as prey. In his legendary work, The Prince, Machiavelli didn't write for the masses. He wrote for those who would rule them. He wrote for those who understood that power is not given to the deserving, but seized by the ruthless. Today, you're going to learn the law that separates the rulers from the ruled, the predators from the prey, the unforgettable from the invisible. This is not motivational fluff. This is not another fairy tale about working harder or being a good person. This is forbidden knowledge, the kind that will make you unreadable, untouchable, and unstoppable in the pursuit of power. If you master this law, you will never be ordinary again. But if you ignore it, you will always be at the mercy of those who don't. Why does showing need make you weak? The answer lies deep in human psychology, in the ancient wiring of our brains. For thousands of years, survival depended on strength, self-sufficiency, and the ability to conceal weakness. In the wild, the animal that limps, that hesitates, that shows hunger or fear, is the first to be hunted. The same law applies to humans. Even in our so-called civilized world, need is a signal. It tells others that you are lacking, that you are willing to compromise, that you can be manipulated. In business, the desperate salesman never closes the deal. In dating, the person who chases is always chased away. In friendships, the one who needs validation is the one who is quietly disrespected. The world is not cruel for the sake of cruelty. It is simply efficient. It rewards those who have and punishes those who need. Machiavelli understood this brutal truth. He wrote, "Men are driven by two principal impulses, either by love or by fear. But when you show need, you inspire neither. You invite pity, or worse, contempt. The powerful are not loved because they beg for it. They are loved because they are needed, because they are rare, because they are unattainable." Consider the job interview. Two candidates walk in. One is desperate, eager, willing to accept any terms. The other is calm, self-assured, and makes it clear that he has options. Who gets the offer? The one who needs least. The same is true in every negotiation, every relationship, every social hierarchy. Neediness is not just unattractive, it is dangerous. It is the first step toward becoming someone else's pawn. When you reveal your hunger, you give others the blueprint to control you. They know what you want, and they know what you'll do to get it. They can withhold, manipulate, and exploit you at will. This is the hidden problem. Most people are taught that honesty and vulnerability are strengths. Be open about your needs, they say. Ask, and you shall receive. But in the real world, those who broadcast their hunger are rarely fed. They are starved, manipulated, and controlled. If you want to rise above the herd, you must understand this law at a cellular level. Never show need. The world punishes the needy and rewards the self-sufficient. Machiavelli's #1 law of power is as simple as it is ruthless. Never show need. Need is weakness, and weakness is a scent that draws predators. In The Prince, Machiavelli warned rulers to conceal their intentions, to never let others see what they truly desire. Why? Because the moment your needs are visible, you become predictable, and the predictable are always controlled by the unpredictable. The powerful understand this. They move through the world with an air of sufficiency, of self-containment. They never chase, never beg, never reveal desperation. Instead, they create the illusion that they could walk away at any moment, that nothing and no one can shake their foundation. This is not arrogance, it's strategy. Machiavelli wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be, few experience what you really are." The appearance of needlessness is more important than the reality. You may be desperate inside, but if you project abundance, the world will treat you as abundant. If you project scarcity, the world will treat you as disposable. History is filled with examples. The Roman emperors who survived were those who concealed their ambitions and needs, who played the long game, who let others reveal their hunger first. The kings who fell were those who showed too much desire, who made their intentions obvious, who became predictable and easy to manipulate. In modern times, look at the world of business. The companies that dominate are those that create the illusion of scarcity, of exclusivity, of not needing every customer. Apple doesn't beg you to buy their products. They make you wait, they make you chase, they make you feel lucky to be chosen. The same principle applies to people. The less you need or appear to need, the more others need you. This is the paradox of power. Those who seem to need nothing are given everything. Those who show need are given nothing at all. Machiavelli's law is not about becoming emotionless or inhuman. It is about control. Control over your desires, your impulses, your reactions. The world is a chessboard, and every time you show need, you reveal your next move. The masters of power never do. They move in silence, they strike when least expected, and they never let anyone see what they truly want. If you want to rise, if you want to command respect, if you want to be untouchable, you must master this law. Never show need. Not in your words, not in your actions, not in your eyes. Let's break down exactly how need is detected and exploited in the real world. This is not theory. This is the playbook of the powerful. First, understand that people are always watching, always calculating. In every interaction, they are looking for leverage. The moment you reveal what you want, you give them a weapon. In negotiations, the one who needs the deal the most always loses. The other side senses your desperation, and they squeeze. They lower the offer, add conditions, delay the timeline. You accept because you have no choice. You showed need, and you paid the price. In relationships, the same law applies. The person who chases, who overcommunicates, who makes the other the center of their universe, is always the one who is left behind. Why? Because neediness is repellent. It signals to the other person that you have no options, that you are willing to accept less, that you are not valuable. The powerful, on the other hand, are pursued. They create the illusion of abundance, of independence, of being perfectly fine with or without you. Workplace politics are no different. The employee who is desperate for approval, for promotion, for validation, is the one who is overlooked or used. The one who is calm, who seems to have options, who never begs for recognition, is the one who is promoted, respected, and given opportunities. Psychological triggers play a huge role. Scarcity, FOMO, reverse psychology. These are the tools of the powerful. When you act as if you don't need something, others begin to question their own value. They wonder why you are so self-sufficient, so detached, so rare. They chase you. They try to win your approval. They offer more than they would to someone who is needy. Case studies abound. Think of the job candidate who negotiates from a position of strength, who makes it clear that he has other offers, who is willing to walk away. He gets the best terms. Think of the entrepreneur who turns down investors, who creates the illusion of exclusivity. Suddenly, everyone wants in. Think of the celebrity who is rarely seen, who doesn't chase the spotlight. Their mystique grows, their value increases, but the opposite is also true. The moment you show need, you become a target. The world is filled with people who will exploit your hunger, your loneliness, your desperation. They will promise you what you crave, only to use you and discard you when you are no longer useful. This is the mechanics of power. Need is a weakness that is always punished. The only way to win is to conceal it, to control it, to never let anyone see what you truly want. So how do you cultivate the appearance and the reality of needlessness? It begins with detachment. Detachment is not indifference. It is the ability to control your emotions, to act from a place of strength, not desperation. Start with your body language. The powerful move slowly, deliberately. They take up space but never fidget. Their eyes are calm, their voice is steady, their gestures are minimal. They never rush, never over-explain, never apologize for their presence. Every movement signals confidence, abundance, and self-sufficiency. Abundance and self-sufficiency. Next, examine your speech. The powerful speak less, but every word carries weight. They don't fill silences with nervous chatter. They don't reveal their plans, their fears, or their desires. They ask questions, they listen, they observe. When they do speak, it is with authority and finality. Behavior is key. The powerful never chase. They don't over-communicate. They don't double text. They don't beg for attention. They are comfortable with absence, with silence, with being alone. They create the impression that they are perfectly fine with or without anyone else. Mindset is the foundation. The powerful cultivate abundance, even if it's an illusion. They act as if they have options, as if they could walk away from any deal, any relationship, any opportunity. This detachment is magnetic. It draws people in, makes them want to prove their worth, to win your approval. Practical exercises can help. Practice saying no. Practice walking away from situations that don't serve you. Practice withholding your desires, your plans, your vulnerabilities. Practice being comfortable with silence, with not being understood, with not being liked. Remember, the goal is not to become emotionless. The goal is to become unmanipulable. The less you show need, the more others will seek your approval, your attention, your presence. This is the FOMO trigger. People want what they can't have, and they chase what seems just out of reach. If you master the art of detachment, you will notice a shift. Suddenly, you're not chasing opportunities. They're chasing you. You're not begging for respect. You command it. This is the transformation Machiavelli promised. From pawn to player, from needy to needed, from invisible to unforgettable. Let's bring this law to life with real-world scenarios and actionable strategies. Business negotiations. Imagine you're negotiating a contract. The average person reveals their bottom line, their urgency, their desperation to close the deal. The powerful, on the other hand, remain calm, detached, and willing to walk away. They never reveal their true needs. They ask questions. They let the other side talk. They create the impression that they have other options. When the other side senses this, they become anxious. They offer better terms. They chase the deal. Dating and relationships. In dating, the person who chases is always chased away. The one who is calm, self-sufficient, and slightly mysterious is the one who is pursued. Don't over-communicate. Don't make someone else the center of your universe. Maintain your own life, your own interests, your own boundaries. The less you need, the more attractive you become. Friendships and social circles. In friendships, the one who is always available, always giving, always seeking validation, is the one who is quietly disrespected. The powerful set boundaries. They are generous but never needy. They give, but never at the expense of their own dignity. They are comfortable with being alone, and this makes others value their presence even more. Workplace politics. In the workplace, the employee who is desperate for approval, for promotion, for validation, is the one who is overlooked or used. The one who is calm, who seems to have options, who never begs for recognition, is the one who is promoted, respected, and given opportunities. Scripts and role plays. When someone asks you for a favor, don't rush to say yes. Pause, consider, and respond on your own terms. When negotiating salary, never reveal your minimum. When someone tests your boundaries, hold firm. When someone tries to provoke you, remain calm and detached. Handling tests and manipulation. People will test you. They will try to draw out your needs to make you reveal your hand. Don't. Hold your ground. Move in silence. Let them wonder what you want and watch as they chase you instead. Turning the tables. The ultimate power move is to make others show need. Ask questions, create scarcity, be slightly unavailable. Let others chase your approval, your attention, your presence. The more you withhold, the more they invest. Daily practices. Start each day with a reminder. I need nothing from anyone. Practice saying no to small requests. Spend time alone. Cultivating self-sufficiency. Observe your interactions. Where do you show need? Where can you withhold? Celebrate your ability to walk away from situations that don't serve you. If you apply these strategies, you will notice a shift. People will treat you differently. Opportunities will come to you. Respect will be given, not begged for. This is the power of never showing need. But beware, this law is not without its dangers. If you take it too far, you risk becoming cold, isolated, or even paranoid. Machiavelli himself warned that power without humanity is a lonely road. The key is balance. The danger of detachment is that you may lose touch with your own emotions, with your own humanity. You may become so focused on never showing need that you become incapable of genuine connection. Relationships require vulnerability, trust, and sometimes the courage to show need. The goal is not to become a robot, but to become unmanipulable. Ethical considerations matter. There are times when showing need is appropriate, when it builds trust, when it deepens relationships, when it allows for genuine connection. The key is to choose when and with whom you reveal your needs. Never show need to those who would exploit it. Reserve your vulnerability for those who have earned your trust. Machiavelli wrote, "A prince must learn how not to be good and use that knowledge or refrain from using it as necessity requires." The same applies here. Use this law as a shield, not a sword. Withhold your need, but don't withhold your humanity. Remember, the goal is not to become emotionless, but to become unmanipulable. Only the disciplined can wield this law without losing themselves. If you misuse it, you may win the game, but lose the war for your own soul. Mastery of this law is not a destination. It is a journey. It requires daily practice, self-awareness, and the willingness to walk alone when necessary. Controlling your narrative. The powerful control their own narrative. They decide how they are perceived, what they reveal, and what they conceal. They are masters of appearances. They understand that perception is reality, and they use this to their advantage. Managing your reputation. Your reputation is your most valuable asset. Guard it fiercely. Never let rumors, gossip, or the opinions of others dictate your actions. The powerful are indifferent to the noise. They move in silence. They let their results speak for themselves. Becoming a phantom. The ultimate power is to become unreadable, untouchable, unstoppable. To move through the world like a phantom, seen but never fully understood. The powerful are unpredictable. They never reveal their next move. They are comfortable with mystery, with ambiguity, with being misunderstood. Advanced techniques. Practice emotional control. Never let anyone see you react. Cultivate multiple options in every area of life. Never be dependent on one person, one job, one opportunity. Use silence as a weapon. The less you say, the more others reveal. Be comfortable with being alone. Solitude is the training ground of the powerful. Develop a personal code. Know your values, your boundaries, your non-negotiables. Rituals and daily practices. Begin each day with a moment of stillness. Remind yourself, I am complete. I need nothing. Review your interactions. Where did you show need? Where did you withhold? Set goals that are independent of the approval or validation of others. Celebrate your ability to walk away from situations that don't serve you. The final transformation. If you master this law, you will become unreadable, untouchable, unstoppable. You will move through the world with an aura of power, of mystery, of abundance. People will chase you. Opportunities will come to you. Respect will be given, not begged for. This is the transformation Machiavelli promised. From pawn to player, from needy to needed, from invisible to unforgettable. Now you know the truth. Need is weakness. Power is detachment. Machiavelli's coldest law is not for the faint of heart, but for those who are ready to rise above the herd. If you want to stop being overlooked, if you want to command respect and control your destiny, you must master the art of never showing need. This is your initiation. From this moment, you are no longer a beggar in the game of life. You are a player, a strategist, a force. The world will test you. People will try to draw out your needs, to make you reveal your hand. Don't hold your ground, move in silence. Let them wonder what you want, and watch as they chase you instead. If you're ready to join the few who refuse to be controlled, subscribe now. Because the deeper you go, the more untouchable you become. This is not just a video. This is a ritual, a transformation, a new beginning. Welcome to the brotherhood of the unreadable, the untouchable, the unstoppable.